Welcome back, fishing friends, to another adventure. All right, guys, we're up here on the big lake. You didn't think I was going to leave you hanging and not show you how I rig up the little Flux Gill on a Mepps modified Weedless. So I've got it right here. Just a standard Weedless setup, except I've got it on the Mepps. This is a number 3 blade, straight from France. I prefer to track down the older ones, and I only use Mepps. I'm sure you could use all kinds of other spinner baits, but inline spinners, but I always use Mepps. Yep, and it works. You never see anybody rig them like this. Last time it was with the exposed hook. This time it's weedless. Crank, 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 just kill it. Crank, 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 kill it. So if you want it near the surface, crank it a lot quicker. In the middle of the water column, a little bit slower, and down towards the bottom, just creep it. Sometimes on the bottom I just drag it, and then I'll let it hop up, because the blade will do its thing if you pop it up. But man, this thing is, it is awesome to fish with. Look at that, just an easy flip. And it'll flutter on the way down. I let it fall on a slack line. A lot of times that's when they hit it. So this is a Berkeley product, the Flux Gill. I got to see some of that scent magic when I was testing it the last time. Well, I'm the first time, all the times, and that scent has got everything to do with it. So I've got like a little shallow flat here, so I'm just gonna work it along and we'll see what we can come up with. I run it along this seam here where it drops down. There's a lot of shad flickering around. Caught a ton of fish doing it this way. Ooh, there we go, right there, guys. On the fall, I was trying to get that bug off of me. And I've got one on the back of my arm too. Ooh, what is it? It's like one of these dirt daubers trying to nibble on me. All right, let's focus on this fish. Oh man. Check it out, guys, as a catfish just smoked it. All right, let's go, fatty. We'll take care of you. Man, that's a good eater size catfish. Am I gonna get you out of there? There we go. There he is, guys. Check him out right there. Ooh. Multi-species catcher, that's for sure. Man, this thing was just on the fall, and I had to let it sit there because I had this stinking bug on me. It was like one of these dirt daubers, like a black wasp. And then I had his buddy on the back of my arm, and I was like, what the heck? And then bang! Without a doubt, he got a sniff of that max scent. Look at that. Whoo-wee. There you go, guys, right there, weedless. Right through the core there in the middle. Oops, sorry. Had to pull it down just a little bit so I could see it. Check that out. Barely meet your text pose right there in the middle. And there you go. Alright guys, I got this on the St. Croix Avid 6.8 and I've got it on 12-pound Sunline Overwatch and a 12-pound shooter, Sunline shooter fluoro leader. Oh! Boy, I just got whacked right there. Look at that thing. Guys, I'm telling you, I don't see anybody doing this. Probably giving away secrets, but I know I fish this all the time and I have a lot of fun. I preferred the exposed hook method, but this is that watermelon, green pumpkin, like watermelon color. Alright guys, there we go. It's 3.5 inch. So have fun with it. Get out there and use it. I got a couple packs. This one's the June bug. Alright guys, I'm throwing this on this 2500 Shimano Mirabelle. Like I was saying, I've got this on the St. Croix Avid. And 12 and 12 Sunline braid to fluoro. Now the other thing that's cool about this Flux Gill is if you just let it sit there and you just drag it on the bottom with some twitches, it looks just like a little crawfish. I was running along through here and you can see that. And then if I need to hop it up and then crank, that flutter that it does, the flutter is amazing. But that's cool with inline spinners is, here I'll show you as I bring it through. Inline spinners is you can change the water column depth just by how you're reeling. Alright, I don't know if that's in view or not, but you can kind of see it just dragging along and it looks like a little crawl. It can also look like a little bait fish. Anyway, it works for me. I always enjoy fishing it either straight crank or just dragging it like that, even though it's got the blade on the front. And you can do it with just like a regular jig if you wanted to. Like I did the other day with a swim jig, I can just hop it along the bottom. All right, guys, we're hooked up on this Flux Gill with the Mepps setup. It's a Trocar EWG. This feels like a good fish. Let's see what it is. I may have to let him calm down a bit. Oh, man, that's 2 of them. 2 of these big blues I've gotten. Look how gorgeous that fish is. Man, that's a gorgeous catfish. Ooh, easy, fella. Oh, there we go. Oh, what a gorgeous fish. Check that out. Man, that's a good eater size too. There you go, buddy. Time to switch colors. Ooh, look at the slime he's got on the line. I may have to retie. All right, guys, I'm switching to this June bug, which is my favorite color. But I really like that watermelon red flake one too. That's pretty good. Boy, it's been a while since I popped a couple of catfish. But they do that now in the fall. Everything's trying to feed up, you know. That happened to me last year on a couple of spy baits. I mean, bang, bang. Couple Caperlin spy baits. Whacked a couple of fish. Catfish dang near back to back. Separated by like 3 casts. Oh yeah, that color looks good right there. Oh, there we go. This one's gonna be a catfish, guys, guaranteed. It was just sitting on the bottom and he just hammered it. Unless it's a big bass. Yeah, that's gonna be a catfish. Huh? Yeah, see how he's staying down? That's a catfish. Well, I'll have to wait and see. Yeah, that's a big old catfish. Look at the slime on the line. Man, oh man. Three catfish in a row, guys. That's a big blue. That's a big one. Man, that's a nice fish right there. Whew. That'll be my PB catfish for the year. All right, guys, here he is, this big old fat boy. You ready? There you go. He's dragging bottom. Man, that was fun. All right, boys, let's see what we got. Oh, ooh, man, I lost him, guys. It was a nice bass, for crying out loud. What on earth? I don't know what's up with that one. He just got lucky and threw the hook. Dang, that stinks. I could see him when I had him in there. He was probably like a 3.5 pounder. I just had one flash right there, unless it was a giant shad. So there's like a big brush pile right there I gotta be careful of. With this being weedless, it should be fine. All right, guys. The other way I rig it is if I pinch it just a little so it's got that little curve in there. Man, when that thing falls, it has that extra flutter. So that's primarily the two ways that I'll rig this up on the inline spinner. Completely flat or with like a kink in it. Then I just do the exposed hook. But for weedless, man, this works out really well. So there you go, you got some options to fish with when you rig this thing up on an inline spinner. Take the treble off, put on one of those Robo-Worm rebarb hooks, like a 1/0 or a 2/0, and they work great for this. I'm bummed out I lost that one bass, for crying out loud. That thing, whoo-wee. It was a good 3.5 pounder. There's tons of minnows down there fluttering around. And this thing just looks epic going through there. All right, guys, we're in another spot here. It's like a flat and then it just goes shoo. So I'm throwing it where it drops off. Then I'm bringing it up real slow. Staying in about knee-deep water. Switch back to the watermelon, green pumpkin watermelon. Such a fun bait to play with. Rig this way on the Mepps number 3. On the bigger size, what is it, the 5? I definitely want to try that when I'm up in Iowa on a big Mepps size number 5. I think that's, I'll have to check the house and see if I got any 5s. I can do it here, but I think all my 5s are up there in my big pike set of tackle trays, but I can always check and see. That'd be cool if they came out with like a 2-incher, 2.5-incher of this. Man, you could look at that thing. You could throw that small one on a smaller size Mepps. Oh man, that would be awesome. Trout would probably even destroy that thing. Well, I keep feeling thump, 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 thump. It's got to be the white bass or like sunfish. There's big gar in here. There's all the usual suspects. Drum. That was crazy fun catching all those catfish, huh? Alright guys, we're at this other spot over here. And we're gonna keep pitching this Flux Gill a la Weedless on a Mepps Aglia 3, like a modified setup. Comes through the rocks really well there. It's just fun to fish. I say that about 100 times, but it's easy to rig, it's easy to set up. All right, guys, we're hooked up. Hey, he's a decent size. No, he's a little dude. Hey, but he gets the job done. Boy, he just cracked it. There we go. Yeah, guys, this is just a ton of fun to fish. I'm just working these rocks here. There we go. Oh, and he let go. Whew. Man, I've had a couple of those today where I get hit and they're just not fully committing. Man, that looks good in the water. All right, guys, here we go. That's a good fish on this modified Mepps with the Flux Gill. Here we go, check him out. Man, that's a gorgeous fish right there. Nice. There he goes. Still intact. I never have any durability issues with this lure. And if something does come up, then all you need to do is trim it down. There we go, as good as new. Yeah, if something comes up with that, you can trim it, but it's pretty dang durable. I like to put a kink in there sometimes. You can see that. I'll do it both ways, kink and unkinked. The kink really shows up on the fall. I mean, because that thing will just... And it doesn't really affect its swimming either. I had a thump, thump, thump. Whatever hit it took the kink out of there, but it's still rigged. All right, guys, off these rocks on the free rig with the Flux Gill. I don't fish the free rig that often, but oh man, that's a good fish. There he is. I wanted to throw this footage in there in case somebody was curious about the free rig in this. I'm sure lots of people are doing it, but there it is. There he is right there. He was just hanging out in there. There you go. All right, guys, so there you have some examples of how you can set up the Flux Gill in different rigging options. So you've got the Mepps, modified Mepps with a single hook exposed. You can do a weedless, and you saw that I could do it on the swim jig, and now the free rig, which I'm sure people are already doing with the free rig. But hey, thanks for hanging out with me as I went through some of these ways I rigged this. And maybe now you have some ideas that you can use in your setups for next spring, or even this fall, or actually this winter. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Until next time, I will see you then. Bye-bye. Now get out there and get your lures wet.